Hey everyone, it's pretty rare that I keep an upload promise, let alone the scheduled time, but here we are. Today's video has as little as possible to do with me, and more about the excellent anime that gets me up in the morning. Now, it has been pretty hot over here in the land of endless rain, but technically this is a spring 2024, late kind of seasonal impression. Yet I have to question it because we haven't had this good a slate of shows for at least a few seasons. I genuinely believe that. We have glowing newcomers and existing legends with a fresh coat of paint. Speaking of the latter, should we start there? The OG Spice and Wolf is considered a fan favourite because of economics. Do you actually believe that hogwash? Of course, Hollow, and to a lesser extent Lawrence, are the biggest reason this show captured the hearts of millions. And guess what? They are back. Well, kind of. But that is how I explain why I still adore this show to most people who hate on sexy modern Hollow. Yes, her character design is slightly more generic, but her kind and cheeky nature has definitely remained. I voted remain, but in this instance I would have voted imagine exit, because the team behind the new 2024 remake are doing an excellent job. I feel like I can't be alone on this, right? I'll definitely do a full video when the series finishes, but for now, yes, Hollow could pass for a Data Live character, and that might upset some people. For me, the charm of a medieval fantasy following a travelling merchant and his female wolf partner is actually very much worth your time, even in 2024. We have space agencies now, but until we have wolf girls, can we really say progress is here? We could also learn from some of the economic principles in this show, particularly around mutual cooperation. Oh, one last thing, did you know the ED is performed by Claris? There's also quite a visually distinct opening, but oh boy, if you stick Claris in something, I'm going to be there at least 70% of the time, and this meets my not so strict criteria. Okay, this is not bait, I haven't seen Season 3 yet, and I merely seek to inform you that I'll get around to it before you send the Kumire hit squad after me. But it seems from my social media accounts that fans of the series are both captured by this anime's stunning presentation and hot drama. I wonder if personal growth is thrown in there just as well as prior seasons. Of course, the circumstances around that are sadly unique, but I do hope that Kyoto Animation will do their best to push through and give Kumiko, the power fluff girl, an excellent third season with sad beats that will pull our heartstrings like a violin or something. This is a lot more enticing of a series than I had originally thought. I don't tend to watch action anime aimed at younger people. No, it's not because I'm some old, stuck-in-his-ways anime fan, it's just that history has shown it is a hard thing to get right. But this show does something similar to the next show I'll be talking about. It balances action with human drama. Even better is that the characters are working and have to deal with everything that brings to the table. They work for an elite defense force tasked with killing kaiju. Well, running the operations of the aftermath of that too. They are beasts that have captured Japan's imagination for a long time. Godzilla Minus One recently won an Oscar, so it is a shared excitement around the world. But this anime is as much about ambition and goals as it is about kaiju. Then there's a twist at the end that opens Kaiju number 8 for a completely new direction to progress with. Overall, this is going to be a well-executed action series that isn't afraid to take itself seriously. I have spoken at length about the limitless potential of animation and being able to do things that just wouldn't work in live action, or at the very least be quite off-putting. This show falls into that category pretty much within its opening scene. It's bombastic and full of energy, which help delivers comedy that actually hits. But there's something more to the show than just being funny. It actually has a deeper human feeling despite being so balls to the wall. Themes of struggling with your future or keeping up with all the changes it brings are definitely high on that list. But so is place, which I am equally fascinated with, like Countryside versus the City, which is a lot more comical with humans becoming animals, and so on. So what exactly is this show about? Well, that is not entirely clear after one episode alone, but what I can tell you is it is a funny and action-filled anime, not too dissimilar to Girls in Panzer, which I know has some links with this show, but it definitely stands out as being more philosophical, or maybe it is only really doing that to further its jokes. From what I can tell, it is doing exactly that, but there is without a doubt a very interesting concept here that does allow for some level of reflection on society and interpersonal relationships. Basically, a technology called 7G comes along and screws everything up, to the point of turning people over the age of 21 into animals. Animals being given voices isn't new in anime, but obviously the way they interact with the high school girls and other humans in this show is definitely unique. It kind of has an inevitable doom element to it, trying to escape calamity, and has an appropriate tone and music that actually allows you to take that somewhat seriously. The directing and art style are really quite wonderful, so much so that it even gets mildly emotional in episode 1. When you consider how the first episode opens and where it concludes, the shift is significant and reveals a definitive level of talent working on Train to the End of the World. Oh yeah, that's the name of this show, by the way. In the start, there's not much train-related antics, but I feel this is a show that is building something interesting, and giving it time to fully reach its potential is absolutely required. At the very end, I can see what direction the show is going to take, and it is definitely living up to its name. That about wraps up this video on the spring anime season. Definitely some contenders for certified bangers, and I'll keep you updated over on X if I add anything new to my watch plans. The season is about 75% over, but I did get into it a little later than I would have liked. This does also present an opportunity to grow the channel. Would you be a nice person and let me know if I'm missing anything good? Also, as a bonus, let me know which shows you would like me to cover in their full form. But leave out Eurocamp. I will be covering that on my new channel, Anime Tourist. I have to say, it is absolutely wonderful to be back again producing content for you guys, even if you are quite shy and rarely leave comments. Come on guys, let's get down there buzzing again. Even just good video, bro, is better than nothing, trust me. I've been Russ, and have a great night, or day.